What is going on, YouTube? So I have a long overdue video here, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to use your adjustments when you ship on Whatnot as a seller. Now, if you don't know what adjustments are and you sell on Whatnot, I highly suggest learning it, reading up on it, in case you don't understand this whole video. But it's one of the best things about Whatnot, in my opinion. You can use it to your advantage in many ways, even if you make a mistake as well, which is really why it's there. But I'm going to show you how I use it. I'm going to talk about 3 main points about it. And yeah, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so I had a stream tonight. I only had one buyer. Now this buyer came in and bought 3 separate items. I had everything, all my items listed at 1 ounce, right? And so they bought like a doll from me. They bought a pillowcase, and they bought what was the third thing? Oh, they bought 2 VHS tapes. So most likely all those 3 things were going to be over a pound, right? And you can see right here it says weight 5 ounces. That's because when the computer added it all up at the end, I had everything at 1 to 2 ounces. It just put 5 ounces, right? So that's not correct, but that's okay. So the first point about adjustments, here's the first thing I want you guys to understand. Anything under 1 pound on Whatnot, you can always list it at 1 ounce. You know, there's going to be a few different weight classes that it will tell you can list it at, like 1 to 2 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces, whatever, 8 to 12 ounces. Don't do it. You can literally list it all at 1 ounce. And the reason I say that is because under 1 pound, anything under 1 pound, you have unlimited adjustments. You don't even have to use any of your adjustments, and you only get 5 per week now. So that's my first point about adjustments, is anything under 1 pound. So let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about. So you go to the edit button, the little pencil, and this is from a desktop computer, guys, or a laptop, whatever. I'm assuming it's the same concept everywhere, even on your phone. But I've only done this from a computer, so that's what I'm speaking to tonight, is how to do it from a computer. But it's the same concept. You just have to figure out how to do it on your phone if you use a phone to ship. Okay, so when you go to edit your shipment, this will pop up, right? And you have all these things here. You have your length, your width, your height. You have the ounces right here. Now 1 pound is 16 ounces. Let's say that this package is like 15 ounces, right? And it's only listed at 5 ounces. Well, that means I have to change the weight. Now this is the part I'm talking about where anything under 1 pound, you have unlimited adjustments. Let's put it to 15. Let's go down here, scroll down. And this is just an example. I'm going to show you how to actually use an adjustment as soon as this is over. Okay, so we scroll down. See? Nothing. There's no charges. There's no charges. It just says 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? So when you see just all 4 zeros, you're good to go. Now, if you have to use an adjustment, right? Like if you have to go over the 1 pound limit, then you will see label adjustment and it will tell you how much you owe. Okay? Now, this is the second point. Now let's actually use an adjustment. And you'll see there's a little warning here, but this always is here. It doesn't matter right now. It says you have 4 adjustments remaining from your allowances of 5 free adjustments, right? Because I already used 1 this week, so I only have 4 left, okay? We're going to use another one for this person's package. Okay, so the weight of this package is going to be maybe like 2 to 3 pounds. One more point, guys. This was actually my third point, but we're not going to go in order. So, one more point before I actually show you how to use an adjustment in real time. Okay, so flat rate boxes. This is an option on Whatnot too, and you can use this. You can pair this up with your adjustments and kind of like really make it worth your while. Okay. Now, if you know you have to use an adjustment, and okay, because once you start getting over, let's say you have something listed at an ounce, but it's really 5 pounds, and you have to use a 5-pound adjustment. That's when Whatnot will charge you. That's when they will say, okay, we'll help you out with some adjustments, but you can't go over 5 pounds. That's too much of a jump. So you're actually gonna get charged for this, even if you have adjustments. Like, we're actually gonna charge you. Okay. So you do have to be wary. Like, you can't. You used to be able to do it, like, but you can't just go like from 1 ounce to like 100 pounds for free anymore with an adjustment. You can't do that. You can do that though if what you sold can fit into a USPS flat rate box. Okay, let's say you have something that's 50 pounds. Okay, and you're gonna get charged either way. Even if you try to use one of your adjustments, they're going to charge you because it's just way too much of a jump. It's way too heavy. But let's say you know that it can fit into a USPS flat rate box, okay? It doesn't matter what the weight is down here anymore. Because if it's a flat rate box, it's a flat rate box. The weight doesn't matter. That's what the definition of a flat rate box is, okay? It's a flat rate for any weight. So you don't even really have to worry about this. You can keep it at 1 ounce. You can keep it at 1 ounce or 5 ounces, whatever. Does not matter. It really doesn't matter. Just don't put anything over 5 pounds in here, just so you don't have to worry about it. But it doesn't matter. As long as you know what you have can fit into a flat rate box. Even if it's over 5 pounds, that's when you go up here and you flip this switch. You go to flat rate. And you scroll all the way down and you go to USPS large box. You select it. Okay? Keep your weight exactly the same. Don't worry about the weight because that's what a flat rate box is. Okay? Now, you scroll down. And now it says label adjustment, $3.91. You just put a 50-pound item in a flat rate box. A large flat rate box. Okay? You guys following me here? Doesn't matter, because it's a flat rate box. So yes, you have to use an adjustment. You will have to use one of your adjustments, but you will not be charged. And you can even use a free flat rate box. Okay? Now, if you have a canoe that's 100 pounds, and you know it can't fit into a flat rate box. You have a canoe that you listed at 1 ounce, right? And you know it can't fit into a flat rate box. You can't do this. You can't use that's when you get screwed, okay? You can't use any adjustments. You're going to get charged, basically. It didn't used to be like that, but now it is. So, if it's over 5 pounds, doesn't matter. It won't fit into a flat rate box, so you can't use that. It's too much of a jump. They don't like it. You're going to get charged. But you're probably not shipping a canoe. Okay, now let's actually get down to business. Let's show you. I'm going to ship this order using an adjustment in real time. Now, this is just the last part of my point. This is all you really need to know for the most part. Like, this is, if you're just starting out, if you're nervous about doing this or trying it, this is the main part where you should just, watch what I'm doing and just try to follow, okay? So, I told you, this buyer has, 2 VHS tapes, a pillowcase, and a boxed doll, right? So I'm just gonna say 3 pounds just with the box and everything like that. I don't think the doll can fit into a flat rate box, okay? So I'm not gonna flip this time. Even though if it could, I would. I think the doll is a little bit longer than a flat rate box, so I'm not gonna do it this time. We're just gonna use a brown box or a priority box that's long. So I'm going to erase this, the 5 ounces that it has it set at already. I'm going to go over here, go to 3 pounds, okay? So, 3 pounds, it says, you will be charged $3.91 for this shipping adjustment if you have no allowances left. I have 4 allowances left, so you don't need to worry about this as long as you have your 4 adjustments left. It might make you nervous at first, does not matter, okay? And then down here it'll just tell you that this is always here. It says you have 4 adjustments. It's just like a second warning. That's all this is. We're going to hit save. And the dimensions, if you're doing priority, you do want to put the right dimensions in. I think I have a 12 by 12 by 12 box, so we're just going to leave it. But if you're adjusting and you're doing a priority adjustment without a flat rate, you want to just put the correct dimensions in. It won't matter either way as long as you stay below 3 pounds or below 5 pounds. But yeah, just make sure you put the right the length in and stuff like that. Just so there's no trouble with the post office. It doesn't matter from an adjustment standpoint necessarily, just so there's no trouble with the post office basically. Flat rate boxes are all the same size, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll just put it at like 7. Nah, you know what? I think I have like a 15 maybe. I should just go grab a box real quick and measure it, but I'm too lazy. So we will put it at 15 by 10 by like 8. That's probably around what the box is that I have in my closet somewhere. So, and then it switched back, so I'm going to put 3 pounds again. It reset there, so it reset it back to the 5 ounces. So I'm going to put 3 pounds again because it's going to be about 3 pounds with the box. Then you just go, I told you about the warnings, you just go to save. It says a pending charge of $3.91 will be created for shipping costs. You will be charged this amount once you generate a label. Are you sure you want to make these updates? Now this is the part where people get frozen up. They get a little nervous, right? They get lemon booty. Because it doesn't say anything about adjustments. It just says you will be charged this amount. It doesn't say anything about adjustments. So this warning is a little bit misleading. But if you have adjustments, if you know how many adjustments you have left that week, doesn't matter. Just hit confirm. And my balance is at $0 right now, guys. My whatnot balance. So if I was actually charged for a label, it will go to minus. So I'm going to show you guys my balance to prove to you that this is how you do it. This is how it works. Easy as pie once you get it down. There it is. I think it did it. Let's go to let's double check. Let's hit generate, and then my label will pop up. And this is how you double check that it actually used your adjustments. You have the right weight. You don't want something to go wrong. You print out a 3-ounce label and you have a 3-pound box. Yep, right there. You can see it. Weight, 3 pounds right there. So my adjustment worked. It adjusted the weight. I was not charged anything. Okay. Now, one last tip. Don't hit drop off until you are absolutely sure that you have the weight how you want it. Even if you use an adjustment and then you want to add something to the box, or you didn't make the adjustment big enough, like it's supposed to be a 5-pound adjustment, not 3 pounds, don't hit drop off, because then you won't be able to make a new label. You'll have to message whatnot and all this stuff. As far as from what I can tell, it's just like a hassle, okay? So until you're absolutely sure, don't hit drop off. I'm absolutely sure that all my items that I'm putting in this buyer's package are going to be 3 pounds, not over 3 pounds. So we're going to hit drop off because I'm confident. I've done this enough times. But don't hit drop off unless you're absolutely sure. It's not the end of the world. You won't have to use a second adjustment most likely, but just don't do it. We'll hit drop off. Now let's go to my balance. Okay guys, this is my balance. It's still at $0. I'm not minus $3.91, nothing like that. There's no minus, there was no charge. So I just adjusted that buyer's package. They paid cheaper shipping. I got to sell some stuff because the shipping was cheap, right? That entices people to buy your heavier items. It also helps if you actually truly make a mistake. If you don't have the weight correct, you know, it happens. We make shipping mistakes all the time. Maybe you didn't weigh it right, or you guessed it, and when you put it all in one box, it was way heavier than what you expected. That's what adjustments are there for. So that's how you can use them to your advantage, and how they're supposed to be used, and all that stuff. They're there for a reason. If I wasn't allowed to do this, it wouldn't be there. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about it. Those are the 3 main points of adjustments and how to use them. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, you learned something. If it was too confusing, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I also just suggest reading up on it yourself, and before no time, you'll have it down, and you'll be shipping and selling more stuff on Whatnot. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.